Okay, ladies and gents, boys and girls, happy Thursday. Hope you're all doing well. Thursday, March the 31st, the final day of March. Appreciate you all tuning in. I'm Chris Phillips, your host of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. As always, we are here taking your questions, your comments, and your calls as well. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. I see Connor Lee, Brennan M., Travis, Cyrus Lowry, Brian Dean. Appreciate you all tuning in. Also, guys, in the Big Cock Club Discord. Head over to the TDC Questions channel, to be sure that your questions are answered there. Again, very excited to chat with you all here on this Thursday. And I do want to hear from you. Again, a lot of exciting things going on. Like I said, the final month of March, it's crazy. I feel like the month of March sort of flew by, if you will. But here we are, final day in this month, if you will. And again, very excited, like I said, to chat with you all. We're talking baseball, football, basketball, whatever you like, we can get into it. Of course, guys, as always, the Daily Crow brought to you by the Big Cock Club. Join the Big Cock Club today, patreon.com/Big Cock Club, to have access to that. You can also find the link in our bio and social media. Click that link. You'll see the Big Cock Club link there. And you can get access to the Big Cock Club, which will include access to our private Discord, early access to content, exclusive Big Cock Club merchandise, a 20% off promo code, and much more as well. So again, patreon.com/Big Cock Club, or go to the link in bio in our social media. You can join there today. Connor Lee says he's having Zaxby's for lunch. Shout out to Robbie, the great Robbie Davis. Robbie did DM me. I'm not sure he's going to call him because I think he said he's going camping or something like that with family or something, what have you. So, guys, let's start off on this note today. Episode 630 of the podcast did drop this morning, but there is a change coming. I have made my mind up. I have made the decision. Beginning next week, there is a change coming to content, and this is something I have been mulling over, if you will, and I really feel like, again, when you find inspiration and when things, come upon your mind, you take action and you act swiftly. And it's something that, and Austin Greer brings up the comment here. It's something that I've thought about. And, as we're into baseball now and there's no basketball, and even if there was, when I first moved to Columbia in August of 2019, I was doing just 2 podcasts per week, right? Really, I was doing 1 before I even got here. And then I started doing 2 once I got to Columbia, right? Because, of course, at that point, I started doing TSUS full time. So I was doing the shows on Monday and Thursday, and every single show had an interview, and we were doing just 2 podcasts per week. And I realized, and it makes sense, obviously, but I realized that, hey, the more podcasts we produce, the more content we make, the more views, downloads, all that good stuff, impressions, things that matter in this business, right? And I realized, too, that I was like, hey, there is enough content to stretch it out and do that. And especially when I got on with their platform, our last one, Red Circle, and they sort of suggested the idea. And I was like, you know what? Okay, we'll do 5 podcasts a week. And I've honestly loved it because I do love the daily grind. As things have evolved, especially now with the Daily Crow and doing this show every single day, and I've just began to realize, for example, this week, especially now that basketball is behind us, there really isn't a need for 5 shows a week. Even in season for football, there really isn't a need for 5 podcasts per week. It is a little bit of overkill. Again, it's something I love doing, but I'm trying to be more efficient, right? Think smarter, not harder. So I say all that to say this. Beginning next week, as Austin Greer mentions in the comments, and I did mention this on the podcast today, but I've made up my mind. Beginning next week, we will drop 3 podcasts per week instead of 5. And that, I think, is actually going to be the yearly schedule, if you will. Like, I think, obviously you guys know we went from 5 to 2 shows per week or something like that when we got into summer and nothing's going on. I will update you guys on what's going to happen over the summer, but I think 3 shows per week is going to be sort of the standard, whether it be football season, basketball season, baseball season, or anything in between. So beginning next week, 3 podcasts per week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And again, I've already gone through it in my head. Like, we'll be able to still attack everything and cover everything in depth and all that good stuff. So, you're really not going to lose out on anything. But for example, like today's podcast, full series preview of the Missouri series this weekend, and I literally just saved the prediction for tomorrow's show. You know what I mean? And there's just no need to do that. There's really no need. It's not necessary. And of course, guys, when baseball plays on Thursday on a week or this happens on a certain day, we will make adjustments. But there's just no need for 5 shows. You know what I mean? So let's jump to the phone lines here. More on that in a second.
To accept, press 1.
Phil, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well. Appreciate you asking.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and talk about Carolina rugby real quick. Over last weekend, our rugby team, the men's rugby team at the University of South Carolina, went down to Athens to play a sevens tournament. So real quick, sevens is 7-on-7 for 7-minute halves, so they can play multiple games throughout a day or a weekend, okay? So there was a bunch of teams that were represented there, and our Carolina Gamecocks had a point differential of 170 points scored on other teams and only gave up 7 points throughout the whole damn tournament. So that's an ass kicking that is just monumental and historic. I just wanted to give them props. They came away with the trophy at the end of the entire tournament down there in Athens. So, I mean, you can't get too much better than that. I mean, that 1-7 point, that's a one try and a conversion, essentially. So they only got scored on one time. That is just something that, is just an absolute ass kicking. And to do it down there in Georgia, in the heart of Bulldog land, is something that should be praised. And it's just a testament to how amazing this club, this team is. This is a club team that is the first ever at Carolina, but they play like a varsity scholarship team. And they deserve props. And I'm just so proud of them. Go Cox, go rugby. Hell yeah.
I love it. Phil, appreciate it, my guy. Good stuff.
All
right.
Bye.
Take care. Love that. Hey, love to hear all Gamecock sports doing well. So South Carolina rugby obviously holding it down. Matt Navala mentions we talking women's tennis today. Don't be slacking today. Still have 5 this week. We're going to have 5, Matt. There's a podcast drop this morning, and, of course, we'll have one tomorrow. And I'll be talking women's basketball on the show tomorrow as well. But and here's another reason. Travis Royal brings this up. When are you going to get back to doing the interviews of the podcast? Well, that's another reason, Travis. That's another reason. I mean, honestly, guys, I love doing the 5 podcasts a week. We do the Daily Crow every single day. Heck, we do 10 Roof on Wednesdays. I want the interviews to return. There hasn't been a lot of time to do them. I mean, when you're trying to find time in my schedule, find time in other people's schedule. So, again, it's like, how can we be more efficient with our time? And again, I think it's going to only improve things, enhance things. I think 5 shows per week is, like I said, it's just a little bit of overkill. It's not really necessary, and it will give me more time to work on other things, other pieces of content. Again, like I really want the vlog series to continue to thrive, but it's just hard to find time to do it. And again, I know some of you may think, well, I mean, it only takes this long to do this. Well, when you think about the prep and you think about the recording and you think about the editing and you just the game planning and all that, it takes longer than you think. So again, I think 3 shows per week. And I've even looked through over the summer. Now, what this might mean, what this is going to mean is it's really going to depend on how far we go in baseball. But I didn't do this last year. No, so Travis Allen, the Daily Crow is going to be every day, Monday through Friday, noon to 2. The Daily Crow is not changing at all. The podcast, though, will go to 3 shows per week. Like I said, I just think that, again, I think 5 was a little bit of overkill. And I mean, I'm not complaining. I love doing 5 shows per week. But I'm trying to – my time is valuable. Your time is your greatest asset, right? It is. Protect it with everything you have. So how can I be more efficient with my time and still provide the same value? Again, I don't think we're going to lose out on downloads or listenership or anything like that. 3 is still a good number. Most of the top shows, top podcasts out there are putting, maximum 3. 5 podcasts a week is it's just, people just don't do it. And we have the Daily Crow on top of it. That's another reason, too. Sometimes I feel like I'm just repeating myself to you guys. So, again, starting next week, bottom line, 3 podcasts a week. I think it's going to be a really, really beneficial thing. I think it's going to be a good thing. So, yeah, and Austin Greer, though, you bring that up. The Daily Crow is basically a 2-hour podcast daily. The reason I don't make it the podcast, because a lot of people have asked me, Chris, why don't you just make that the podcast? Well, Austin, if you listen to the podcast, it's not the same. It's not the same because the podcast is much more structured, right? The way it's constructed, there is I don't want to say there's a script because I don't, it's not scripted. There are bullet points, but it's not scripted. But there's much more of a flow and a direction, I should say, with the podcast versus the Daily Crow is, you guys know, man, some days we just have days we talk about nonsense, which is great. That's what the Daily Crow is supposed to be. It's supposed to be your calls. It's supposed to be, when I first started the Daily Crow, I literally said, I was like, hey, if this is just going to be me rambling, I won't do it because I ramble on the podcast. There's no need for me to ramble twice. You know what I mean? So this show is for you guys, truly. Without you guys, this show, I wouldn't do it. If it weren't for the people that tune in and call in and comment, I wouldn't do it, truly. So, I really, really do appreciate you guys. Connor Lee says, Beamer spoke to one of the clubs on campus yesterday. I went rocking the Beamer Ball hat, and he said he needs one. Well, my goodness. I can obviously take care of that for him. By the way, happy birthday, Shane Beamer. In case you did not know, I didn't realize this till a little bit ago, but Shane Beamer's birthday today. How about that? Happy birthday to the Gamecocks head ball coach. Love that. Of course, the team is practicing. I think they just finished up practice. Of course, the women's team speaking to the media today. We've got some really dope new merch, by the way, guys, on the way. I'm going to probably save it for early next week after the dust is settled with the national title, the Final Four, all that good stuff. But some really, really cool women's basketball merch coming your way. And, like I said, really excited for what's happening. I want to address something as well. Again, I know I'm kind of getting – this is not necessarily stuff on the field, which is a nice change up because I tell you guys, I'm tired of talking about Mark Kingston. I'm tired of talking about Ray Tanner. I am. I just am. Sorry. I don't want to spend 2 hours talking about Ray Tanner, how much he sucks. If you want to do that, that's fine. I don't want to do that. Something I mentioned last night, and my guy James Kendall, I don't know. I hope he's tuned in here. My guy James Kendall on the In the Big Cock Club Discord asking about it last night. So I mentioned this last night. At 10 Roof, and I want to mention it to you guys because I really do believe in, I have a personal life and a private life and things that stay private. But when it comes to what's on my mind in regards to the Gamecocks or business or what have you with TSUS, I like to be transparent with you. I appreciate feedback and just like to be open and honest and speak things into existence and keep you all in the loop of what's going on. So, and again, this is in its infancy idea stages, but this is something that I am rapidly going to be attacking. And I do not want Gamecock fans, you guys, to take this the wrong way necessarily. I don't know that you would, but just hear me out and just let me explain what I'm getting at. In this journey, of course, guys, today, in case you missed it, 5 years ago today, episode number one of the Spurs Up Show dropped. Episode 1. Today, episode 630 dropped. So, just to give you some perspective, episode number 1 of TSUS dropped 5 years ago today. And it has been one hell of a journey, an amazing journey, a rewarding, incredibly rewarding journey. Building the Spurs Up Show and building up this brand and this entity. And it has, I don't want to say it surpassed all of my wildest dreams and expectations because I never put a cap on it. And I truly believed in the vision and the content and what we were building. But we have reached some incredible heights. You know what I mean? And that's going to continue. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm retiring today. No, that's going to continue. But as you navigate in the digital content space, in the sports space, right, you can't help but think about expansion and how can you grow, right? And my favorite thing about what I do, there's many different things, right? From the simple act of, or just the act of creating content, being able to express my opinion about my favorite team, to, interviewing some of the greatest athletes and personalities in Gamecocks history, guys I grew up watching on TV, to the way we impact people. That's my favorite thing. Truly, it is. The way that we are able to positively impact people. Without people, it means nothing. Without that positive impact, without, I tell you guys all the time, I lead with service. I live in service, and doing anything in life, it's not rewarding if you're not positively impacting someone else. If you're not having a positive impact on people, to think that people make TDC, the podcast, the content, part of their daily routine, to see how people act in person, wanting pictures and conversation and the way that they show appreciation for what we do. That is probably the most rewarding part, truly. The way it is beyond words how incredible that is. Go back a couple of weeks ago, and when I went to Knoxville, okay, and I went with my buddies, and I know you guys, we all love to give Tennessee fans hell and all that, but those Tennessee guys were really good to us. My buddies' Tennessee friends, they were really good to us. And spending a weekend in Knoxville and hanging out with those guys and feeling the love and appreciation the Tennessee guys showed for how cool TSUS was in their mind and the merchandise and everything about it. It inspired me. It really did. It inspired me. And it made me think, obviously, guys, I'm a Gamecock, right? I'm a South Carolina guy. But it made me think, if we're able to positively impact South Carolina fans, if I'm able to do that with content, why couldn't I do that for Tennessee fans? Why couldn't I do that for Auburn? God forbid, why couldn't I even do that for Georgia, for Florida, for fans of SEC, of the entire conference? So again, this is something in the infancy stage, but it's something that is very heavily on my mind, and it is something I want to pursue in the very near future. So TSUS is going nowhere. The Spurs Up Show is going nowhere. But guys, when you're talking expansion, real expansion, right? When you're talking real growth, getting outside of just the South Carolina sphere, that's how you do it. That's really how you do it. So going from, again, I'm not going off of TSUS at all, but on top of that, creating an SEC entity where yours truly talking all of the SEC and not just South Carolina, that is something heavily on my mind right now. And that is something, like I said, that sooner rather than later, I want to pursue and attack. And I see no reason why. We cannot create an entity and become the biggest, baddest, best SEC entity on the internet. Like I said, the best Gamecocks coverage on the internet, the best SEC coverage. Because there are other SEC entities out there, all due respect to them. Saturday Down South, that SEC podcast. There's nobody out there, just like I evaluated when I first got in this South Carolina space, there's nobody covering the SEC top to bottom the way that I would do it. There's nobody covering the SEC, creating content the way that we would do it. I would do it. And again, this is not me saying I'm going to quit the Spurs Up Show. That's not what I'm saying. And I know James asked the question about, he said this in the Big Cock Club Discord about, is there going to be like a Georgia show, an A&M show? Where my mind is at currently, and again, I'm just being totally transparent with you all. I have not had this conversation with like a lot of people, really anybody hardly. It's something where I would probably more so focus on me creating an SEC entity and podcast, whatever. The branching off stuff, I think that'd be great, but that requires, guys, hiring employees and a lot of branding and all that, whatever. I think to start first with the big piece, start with that, build that, and then branch off, right, into individual shows. I agree it would be a great idea, but it's just something you got to start somewhere. So anyways, that's just sort of where my mind's at. And again, it's in the infancy stages in regards to, the idea. But yeah, I mean, Austin brings up a great point. And like I said, guys, when I started doing this, it's funny. I've had people say the contrary to what I'm about to tell you, and it's nuts. I didn't get into this for money. I feel like that should be so obvious. Like, you don't start a podcast to become a millionaire, right? You don't. So it's not about the money necessarily, but I love money just like everybody else. Why do I love money though? Because it fuels the business. It goes in the gas tank of the business. And guess what, guys? The better the business does financially, the more dope stuff we're able to do. Hey, you know what I would love to do, guys? Hey, the idea of the T-Sus bus. You think I don't want that? You don't think that would be awesome? That requires money, right? It requires money. I mean, it's obvious, right? So again, when you're talking again, expansion, yeah, exactly. James Kendall, T-Sus bus ain't gonna pay for itself. It costs money. It just does. It does. So when the financial, I mean, and you guys have seen it with the Spurs Up show. Yeah, no kidding. As we've grown, the financial side of the business has gotten better. I mean, no duh, it has. And content's gotten better. The equipment we use has gotten better, which in turn makes everything we do better, makes business better, makes the end product better for the consumer. And it's just a cycle. You know what I mean? So again, that's sort of where my head's at, guys. I'll tell you this, I'll be even more transparent with you and let you know, the next step, I think, because I have the content creation side down pat. Now, would it be a challenge to cover the entire SEC? Would it be something I've never done before in regards to covering 14 teams versus one? Most certainly it would. And again, I will always be a Carolina guy. Always. Would it be a challenge? Certainly. But that's the beauty of it, man. That's the beauty of it, is embracing that challenge and evolving as you go, and exactly what I've done with the Spurs Up show. And yeah, to Austin's point, though, back to what he said, I mean, going up there to Tennessee, and these dudes are all about like the merch. And I think of the impact we've had in the South Carolina space, making merch. And I think of that SEC wide, and guys, the numbers are promising. I mean, when you think of that times 14, you know what I mean? They are. So, being able to positively impact mass amounts of people and expand in that way. And again, I'll be transparent with you, because the biggest thing now is I know how to make content. Obviously, I know how to do all that. The branding side of things, the business name and the branding side of things is the big piece now. And really, I think a great rollout, I don't even want to say trial, a great rollout, though, would be the week of the SEC tournament in Hoover. I think that would be a really cool week and you know why I thought of that? Because I really want to go to Hoover. Like, I really do. I really want to go to Hoover, okay? But we're so bad in Hoover, right? We're so bad in Hoover that, I'm like, man, I hate to go there and be there just for one day. Well, if you're covering the entire SEC, I'll be there the entire week. What's funny about that too? A little side note. I'd almost guarantee you it'd be easier to get credentials. I could make just some random SEC show and request credentials and probably get them. I could probably get them. Versus for some reason with TSUS, it's impossible to get any sort of credential. And that would be sort of the funny thing too, is USC so anal about everything. They won't let anybody talk to me, assistant coaches, Beamer, nobody, right? Like they are just so like walking on eggshells. I guarantee you, bro, I could start an SEC show and talk to almost every coach in the league. No problem. Absolutely no problem. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. But either way, I just wanted to give you guys an idea. Again, I love the audience. I love my audience. I love you guys. I really do. And that's why I keep it a buck and keep it transparent with you all. And, I share all of that because it is exciting news. And it's something that, it's just something that I'm excited about. You know what I mean? Again, you think of expansion and the way, I love to create content. Like I said, we've made such a positive impact on Gamecock fans and Gamecock Nation because I feel like you guys feel, obviously, my passion for everything. And obviously I'm a Gamecock fan, so it's like you feel that as well. But I'm like, going to Knoxville just really inspired me because, guys, I'll tell you this. You might hate Tennessee. You might hate Tennessee fans. You might hate Georgia and the Georgia fans. You might hate whoever. But I'm here to tell you guys, and you might hate to hear this, but I think it's the truth. When it comes to SEC fans, top to bottom, for the most part, we're all the same. We're pretty much all the same. We're just normal folks out here that are diehards. We probably take it a little too seriously. We just love our teams. We love to rock merch of our teams. We love our we love our rally cries. We love our fight songs. We love tailgating. We love, you know what I mean? Like, we're all the same. We're all the same. We're all passionate. We're all loyal. We're all the same. You know what I mean? So I'm like, if this works for South Carolina, why couldn't it work for the entire conference? Why couldn't it positively impact everybody across the league? You know what I mean? But again, make no mistake, I'm always a Gamecock forever. And like I said, I'm not saying this because, again, it's going to be something where it's a slow transition, I think, where it's like I'm going to continue to do the Spurs Up show and like start that SEC thing small, and as that grows, make adjustments from there. But I'll be totally honest with you. I'll be totally honest. Like, for example, I'm a Gamecock through and through. But you know what would be so dope? Imagine getting a bus, 14 weekends, 14 different SEC stadiums in football season. Like, how cool would that be? Like, you can't, I'm a Gamecock, but you got to admit that'd be super cool. You have to admit that'd be so dope, right? Going campus to campus, feeling the best of what that school has to offer. And I just think that'd be super dope, man. And again, I'm opening up to you guys. This is stuff I haven't talked to really about I have not talked about to anybody, but it is something on my mind. So anyways, like I said, I'm very I'm very happy doing TSUS, guys. It's not like I'm extremely fulfilled. I'm blessed. I feel like I am in my dharma. I feel like I am doing what I was meant to do, what I was put on this earth to do. But I am someone that believes in evolving and growing and, sharpening and making things better. And again, that trip to Knoxville just inspired me. It just did. And it just made me think, man, like, if this can positively impact South Carolina, why can't it positively impact others? And again, I'll always be a Gamecock guy. And it's always to hell with Clemson. I would never, no. Even if I one day was doing national college athletics, whatever, it's always to hell with Clemson. You'll never have to wonder what side I'm on. Anyway, so that's a little look inside my brain, if you will. Yeah, and Daddy, online stores made the world smaller. I mean, yeah, dude, the opportunity to sell merch SEC wide, that is a given, dude. That's just a given. My guy John Rice is tuned in. Says congrats on the health transformation as well. Yeah. I posted that clip this morning. That was a beard ago, a mullet ago, and about 70 pounds ago. So, yeah, man, it's been a journey. It's certainly been a journey. Again, that's the funny thing when people ask me. And again, I know this is kind of a off the wall TSUS because we're not even really talking Gamecocks. I'm just talking everything personal. But you know what? Why not? People ask me, they compare like, oh, how does Columbia compare to Charlotte? I'm like, that's an interesting question because you have to understand that Charlotte's an awesome place. It's an awesome city. My guy, John Rice, you live there, obviously. It's an awesome city. Great opportunity. But when I lived in Charlotte, I was unfulfilled. I was unhappy. I was lost. That's a great way I was lost. I was completely lost. And so it's not even really about where you live. You know what I mean? If you're fulfilled and wake up and love what you do and you pursue your passions and dreams and you fuel those things and you live in service and gratitude and you're going to be happy no matter where you are. You know what I mean? Columbia is the vehicle for my business, right? Columbia is the vehicle for the business. So, yeah, it's, I'd like to think that, and again, I left May of 2019. I just like to think that my journey in life is reflective on when you change up the energy around you, whether that be, hey, and it's hard, right? Friends, relationships. But when you change that energy and you lock in on you and you focus, you find your passion, become grossly obsessed with it. But when you change up the energy to the positive and you surround yourself with things you should be surrounding yourself with, and you're digesting and ingesting the right things, like, it will change. It will change. Yeah, it will change. Everything will change. Your life will change for the better. Again, I know this is like very, very, this is not the normal TDC. I understand, but it is what it is. Austin Greer says, yeah, can't let your fandom keep you. Yeah, and again, I do believe in evolution, man. I do. I mean, I tell you this, people ask me all the time, right? Expansion, like what's your 5-year plan? Like, I'm not a big 5-year plan guy because I've seen how much life can change in a year. I believe in having goals and having aspirations and all that good stuff, but I also believe in living present moment. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not someone that's like, I have this 5-year plan and I'm attached to this end result. And if I'm not here at this exact point, then I don't believe that's how you operate, right? Be detached from the end result and just put in the work. And it will come, actually probably quicker than you realize. Where was I going with this? Yeah, 5-year plan. But anyway, no, what I was going to say, though, is I believe in consistently evolving and growing. I mean, that's why, guys, you see, like, I change it up behind me. I've changed up, I've flipped the studio. I've enhanced this and changed that. And I just believe you should always be sharpening. You know what I mean? If a year from today, we're doing the exact same thing, TSUS is the exact same, nothing's enhanced, nothing's improved, nothing's gotten better, it looks, sounds exactly the same, then we failed. We failed. That's how I look at it. And maybe that's a little bit harsh, but again, I just believe that even if you're getting 1% better, you should be trying to get better and evolve. So that's what I'm always trying to do with content. I'm always trying to look at different ways to do things and sharpen things up, if you will. And again, make things better for the end consumer, make things better for you guys. Because again, at the end of the day, it is all about you guys. It is. Without the consumer, without you, it doesn't exist. So anyways, TED Talk. You know what's funny, by the way, Eric, you mentioned that. This is another shameless plug here. I don't know if you guys have heard of 1 Million Cups before. Again, we're just very all over the place today, but that's the beauty of it. 1 Million Cups is an entrepreneurial event, if you will, where entrepreneurs get on stage and talk about their paths and their businesses and their ventures and all that good stuff. Well, I have gone to that once. Right, back in September, and it was me and 2 other guys, and the discussion was regarding social media, how to brand yourself, how to market yourself, all that good stuff. And it was awesome. Really appreciated the opportunity. And, I got to speak briefly a little bit, but not a ton. And they actually reached out to me again, and it was a mutual, I reached out, they reached out, all that good stuff after that conversation or after that appearance, and asked if I'd be interested in doing a solo appearance. So with that being said, I will be speaking solo at 1 Million Cups. I think April the 20th is going to be the date. It'll be in 5 Points. I'll get the official information and stuff like that, the details, but I will be speaking. So I'm looking forward to that, just trying to share my knowledge, leave a lasting impact, a positive impact on the entrepreneurs there. Entrepreneurs that they do stream it on Facebook, so people that will be tuned in as well. So I'll be speaking at that event. It's a really good time. They provide free coffee, I believe, still. I'm pretty sure they provide free coffee. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Again, that's just a shameless plug, if you will. That's what I have going on in my life. Braddock843 says, Chris, is it just you or are there others behind the scenes? That's a great question, Braddock. And the answer is this. We have folks like Austin Greer who write articles here and there, which they are valuable, by the way. Those written pieces are valuable. But outside of that, and I have my guy that helps me with merch designs, right? I'm not doing all the designs by myself, although I really this summer want to lock in and learn Photoshop to where I can do more. And I will. That's my plan. I will be doing that. But outside of that, it's all me. It's all me. Everything you see, everything that's published on social media, every clip that's edited, every show that's edited, everything is yours truly. Yeah, I don't have like a producer. I don't have any of that. It's all me. It's all me. So, and again, when I talk expansion and stuff like that, like, yeah, guys, I'm my goal is to get to the point where the business is big enough and financially successful enough to bring on paid employees. Like, that would be great. That would be fantastic. You know what I mean? So that's certainly a goal. But yeah, it's 99.9%. And I mean, I also, of course, guys, I wear the business hats. I mean, I do it all. I do it all. And people ask me, well, why do you say we when you talk business? Why do you say we? Why do you say we all the time? Because at minimum, guys, I look at it this way. Number one, I look at TSUS bigger than a one-man entity. I look at it as a business. I look at it as a big entity. That's how I just view it. I always have since we had 1,000 followers. I've viewed it that way since the jump. But if nothing else, I say we because you know what? Without my inner circle, without my family, my friends that I lean on, without the people in my life that I lean on, without the people that consume the show, that support, without all those parties involved, it's not just me. It is we. It is we. Like, we did it, right? Whenever we sign a deal or we get a new sponsor or something positive, we reach a milestone, what do I always say? Like, we did it. You all tuned in. We all did it. I didn't do it. I didn't just me do it. Did I do a lot of the work? Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. But we all did it. It's a we thing. It's a we thing. That's just how I view it. That's how I view it. You know, I'm not one, and I really try to remove and detach from ego. So I'm just not one to beat my chest like, I did it all. It's all me. Like, all me. While that may be the case in some instances, I've always looked at it as we. I just always looked at it as we. I don't think it's a one-man thing. Again, at minimum, the people in my life that I lean on, my family, my friends that inspire me, those that inspire me and push me to be better. Without those people, there is no this. So that's just how I've always viewed it, man. I know some people are wired differently. That's totally fine, but that's how I view it. Again, hey, it's 12:38 already. Okay, 843-790-3337. And by the way, it's just a rainy day outside. Rainy day outside. Here's another life hack, by the way, since we're just on the topic of different things. A life hack for you. I tell you this, people drink coffee. I drink coffee, right? I drink coffee. I like my coffee. I drink coffee. Cheers to it. But I'll tell you what, I did this morning, and I'm going to give you a life hack, and you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm about to incorporate this. I do a lot of self-work, guys, behind the scenes. I'm about to incorporate this every single day, right? I woke up this morning at 5:30 in the morning, went to the gym, got after it. I'm telling you, though, coffee's great, but if you really want to get your day started and be like, bro, I'm ready to crush, ice cold shower. I'm telling you, dude, you think I'm crazy. I'm telling you. Look up the health benefits. Ice cold shower, game changer. I was like trying to catch my breath in the shower this morning. But I'm telling you, I got out that shower. It's like, I'm ready to dominate. I'm ready to flat out dominate. So I'm telling you, ice cold shower. Ice cold shower. Ice cold shower. Brian Dean, I appreciate the love, my guy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Connor Lee, the mind is a crate. You're right. The mind is a fantastic servant, but a terrible master. We're getting very deep today on the Daily Row. We are. The mind is a fantastic servant, but a terrible master. Think about that one. Lance Player says, I hope to be able to one day hop on the TSUS team talking ball and helping the best damn Gamecock spot on the internet. I mean, I'm interesting sometimes. Lance, you're interesting all the time, my guy. Yeah, I'll definitely, if I remember out in OKC, dude, yeah, when we go out there for OU, yeah, dude, for sure. For sure. I'd love that. Let's see. We had some other questions, I think. We did have some other questions. Jimmy Clark, thank you for the love, my man. Appreciate it. Brian Dean, thank you for the love. Let's see. Brian Dean says, I break down the football team. We've improved in every area. Quarterback's an upgrade. Running back's upgraded. Receivers and tight ends upgraded. The defense is back intact. Only question in my mind is the kicker. Parker White will be missed. What about the offensive line, my guy? You didn't mention the O-line, which I mentioned this on Twitter, and because he's speaking to the media today, I got no ill will to the guy, but it is shocking to me that we retained Greg Adkins. Like I thought of all the assistant coaches. I really thought Greg Adkins was going to be fired. I really did. I'm that one sort of just. That's what's interesting too. That one sort of just went under the radar. Like Adkins got retained. It's like, oh, okay, whatever, because he's an offensive line coach. But it's like I'm really like they think about it. Nobody got fired. Nobody did. I mean, on one hand, I get it. Like having that camaraderie and having that staff intact, I do see the benefits of it. I definitely see the benefits, but it's still surprising. It's still surprising. It's still a little surprising. Connor Lee, I feel like O-line and kicker are the only question marks. You know, I will say this. What are my question marks on the football team? It's a great question. Offensive line, for sure. Defensive line. Can we stop the run? I mean, yes, you add Terrell Dawkins. You lose J.J. Enagbare. You return some key pieces. Can you stop the run? Linebacker, major question mark, guys. What about linebackers? Not a question mark. Hey, you lose Jalen Foster in the secondary. I mean, I think we're all just saying that the defense is a shoe-in because Clayton White's back. And I love Clayton White. Torian Gray, that I trust in those guys. But hey, you lose Jalen Foster, who was a huge part of your defense. You know, who replaces him? Is Devontae Reed ready to be an SEC guy like Foster was? I don't know. Honestly, guys, at receiver, I still kind of question receiver. Obviously, we saw what Josh Vann can do. Hey, Antoine Wells is a James Madison transfer. I like his game, but what type of player will he be? How do they use Dak Joyner, right? There's still questions here. I think there's still question marks. I really do. I really believe so. I believe there are still question marks. Doesn't mean there won't be positive answers, but I think there's still question marks for sure. So, as Brad Lawing said on the show, we talked, the pass defense, it's so great. Brad Lawing said, don't ever brag about how good you are in pass defense because all you're telling your opponent is we can't stop the run because they don't have to throw it. And to his credit, that was accurate a lot of the time. Teams didn't have to throw it on us. Couldn't stop the run. So run the football, stop the run. I mean, that's the two areas we got to improve the most. Line of scrimmage, bottom line. Again, guys, I would love to hear from you. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. The podcast did drop this morning, episode 630. Full breakdown of the Mizzou series this weekend. Going to be a lot of fun. Gamecocks looking for their first road win of the season. First SEC Road Series victory. But Gamecocks hadn't even won on the road, period. 0-5. 0-5 on the road. Can they get it done this weekend? Going to be very interesting for sure. Again, guys, would love to hear from you. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side of the break. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Rebecca, what's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. Travis says, I think with Rattler, he'll be able to move around just enough to counter some O-line deficiencies. I do agree. Keith also in the Big Cock Club Discord says, in the TDC Questions channel, O-line's got to be better, right? Second year in this scheme. Should have a better understanding of what's going on, or is it all Atkins? No, I do agree with you. Now this is okay. Let me address this first. Yes, I think the O-line will be better. I think the O-line will be better, no doubt. I think second year in the system. I think with the improvement at quarterback, I think undoubtedly it will be improved. Sorry, guys. My brain is scrambled eggs because Gamecocks baseball has put out their series primer, if you will, I believe, which I don't know where. Maybe is it on the website? They haven't put it out on social media. Here we go. It's weird. They haven't put it out on social media, but it's on the website. And South Carolina, they've got on the website, South Carolina's probable pitching rotation, at least what it says on the site, is Noah Hall getting the start tomorrow. Will Sanders on Saturday, Matthew Becker on Sunday. I wonder, I find that really hard to believe. And I'm not seeing any tweets from anybody in regards to starting rotation. So maybe that'll be something that gets updated because I can't fathom why Will Sanders wouldn't be in a game one role. There's just no reason for it. I mean, there's no reason for it. And yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm just like beyond words. I mean, Great Bisbee, game time on Fridays at 7:00 Eastern. Again, if that's the rotation, I hate it. I truly, genuinely hate it. Like, I loathe it. I don't dislike it. I loathe it. You don't save a guy. You don't. It's stupid. And again, I know Noah Hall is pitching well, but Will Sanders is your game one dude. Like, and we're talking about a South Carolina ball club that was so bad in game ones last year. Like, I truly don't comprehend that at all. If that's actually the case, JG, we are playing Missouri, the Missouri Tigers. Again, the probable pitching rotation is on the South Carolina website, and it's got Noah Hall listed in Friday. I just assumed, why would you not move him to game one? And those I've talked to within Carolina baseball that are really close to Carolina baseball, I mean, as close as you can get, said that, yeah, Will's going to slide back. Will be in that game one spot. I guess I just don't know what I'm talking about. I guess there's a reason that Kingston gets paid to do it. I mean, listen, again, Noah Hall's been throwing it really well, but Will Sanders is your I don't know. He's your game one guy. I don't know, bro. I hate the idea. Well, we'll just steal a game on Saturday. Like, get out of here, bro. Give me a break. Just give me a break, dude. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe we'll get an explanation. Maybe there's a method of the madness. Either way, Would love to hear from you all. 843-790-3377. Again, guys, Robbie Davis, I think, said that he's camping and will not be calling in today, but he did tell me his prediction is that South Carolina will take 2 out of 3 from Missouri. So there you go. My prediction will drop tomorrow. I also, by the way, I tweeted this morning. I said, can Gamecock Twitter go one day without complaining about Ray Tanner asking for a friend? I tweeted that at 8:18, and I'm here to tell you guys, that the answer is a resounding no. Yeah, it's a resounding no. So. Anyways. Travis Rowell says, let's see. Hold on. Okay, we already got to that one. Tommy Wallace says, analytics baseball coach. I hear you. Yeah. Is that what the analytics say to do? I don't get it. And here's my thing. I've got no problem with analytics. Like, I think you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't take advantage of the numbers you have available to you. But being too analytical is also a problem. It is. There's got to be a balance. There's got to be a balance. So. Anyways, yeah, it's funny. I posted a graphic this morning regarding the key player. I'd still put Sanders as my key player of the weekend, but I said in that graphic that he'd be the game one starter, and I got to be honest with you guys, I'm not redoing the graphic. So, yep. Oh well, is what it is. That graphic ain't getting reposted, folks. Tough shit. It's just not. It's just not. Anyways. Let's see. You cannot live and die by analytics. I agree again, Tommy. Got to be a balance. I agree with you. There's got to be a balance. As we sit here, 12:58, about to go in hour number 2. I will say, great opportunity this weekend. Yeah, in case you missed it, South Carolina has not won on the road yet. 0-5 in road contests. So you have an opportunity to do something you have not done all season. And, Mizzou's not exactly an intimidating environment. So I don't think like the whole road series factor should really play a factor this weekend. But again, when you're 0-5 on the road, it's just something to keep an eye on. So is South kind of able to have that road warrior mentality? You ask any athlete, as much as athletes love playing at home, there's something about playing on the road, shushing a road crowd. You know what I mean? Embracing the hatred, embracing the boos, right? For some guys, it makes them play better when they're on the road. So very excited for this team to get that opportunity again. You feel like it's a matchup that it should be favorable. It should be favorable against a Mizzou team that was picked near the bottom of the conference in the preseason. So. Travie, we did win on a neutral site, though. Very good point, but we were 0-5 on the road. 0-5 on the road. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to think. The 5 road were 3 in Tennessee, 1 at Clemson. Where was the other one? Oh, Citadel. Duh. God. The Citadel. Beautiful. The Citadel. The Shitadel. We lost to the Shitadel on the road. Isn't that something? I'll tell you another reason it's an intriguing matchup. You know, you look at Mizzou, and again, picked near the bottom of the conference in the preseason, but they've had two very competitive series against both Vanderbilt and Arkansas. I know they sit 1-5 in conference play right now, but you look at the scores of those games. Mizzou's probably sitting here thinking, we're much better than our 1-5 record says, right? I'm sure they're looking forward to the opportunity to playing South Carolina because, I mean, heck, we've been so Jekyll and Hyde. They're thinking, hey, we're at home. We've played good baseball against some of the top teams in the country. We may not have won, but, I mean, you look at that Arkansas series. Each of those games, I think, decided by 2 runs or so. They could have easily taken 2 out of 3. So I don't think this is just a kick-in for South Carolina this weekend. I think Mizzou will come out looking to prove a point. You play your best baseball, you should be fine. But I do think it's interesting because, like I said, I don't really know what to think of Missouri. They've played good baseball against some of the best teams in the sport. And South Carolina has been so inconsistent. I'm sure they're thinking they might get to take advantage of the old Gamecocks this weekend. Yes, Travie, the Shitterl indeed. I had an App State fan teach me that. Travis, listen, I think it will be a tough series. There's no easy series in the SEC, is there? There's no off weekends. There's no gimme weekends. Nope. Athlon Sports has released their SEC quarterback rankings for next season. Should we go through these? I think we should. Athlon Sports has released their SEC quarterback rankings. Here's how the list shakes out. We'll start at 14. Why not? Number 14 is the quarterback situation at Vandy, either Seals or Wright. Okay, number 13, Brady Cook of Mizzou. Number 12, Zach Calzada of Auburn. Number 11, Haynes King of A&M, which I'm surprised he's that low. But Haynes King of A&M at 11. Number 10, Anthony Richardson of Florida. Number 9, Miles Brennan of LSU. Number 8, the Southern Cal transfer, Jackson Dart at Ole Miss. Number 7, Will Levis of Kentucky. Number 6, Stetson Bennett of Georgia. At number 5, Spencer Rattler of South Carolina. Number 4, Will Rogers of Mississippi State. Number 3, KJ Jefferson of Arkansas. Number 2, Hendon Hooker of Tennessee. And number 1, of course, Bryce Young of Alabama. So they've got Spencer Rattler 5th. I don't have a ton of issue with that list. That's about where Rattler's been listed. Is his ceiling higher than that? Certainly. I mean, I think Bryce Young is the top quarterback in the league. I don't think it's a question. 2 through 5, I think you could rank him wherever. Really, truly. Tommy Wallace says, in football, how much greater is our potential to overachieving versus last year? That's a great question, Tommy. That's a great question because you ask, again, the potential to overachieving versus last year. The thing with last year is that the expectations were so ridiculously low that it's like, is it more likely we overachieve or overachieve to a greater extent this season? I don't know because, again, how could you not overachieve with the over-under set at 3.5? I mean, you know, did I think South Carolina was going to be a great team last year? Far, far from it. But that 3.5 number was insulting. I mean, that 3.5 number made no sense from the jump. I mean, it made no sense from the jump. So, listen, the potential to overachieve is there this year, but, overachieving last year I really thought was, I don't want to say it was a no-brainer, but it was like, I mean, if we have a decent year, we're going to overachieve. But yeah, again, in case you missed it, Athlon Sports ranking the SEC quarterback, Spencer Rattler, ranked fifth. So, and I feel like this is something, I feel like it might have been an old article. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of an old, but they whatever. Athlon also ranked their rosters for 2022. Interesting. Tommy Wallace, the over-under for this year has not been released yet. I think that's something as we go into the summer months that will drop. Travis Allen says we were close to losing more. We were also close to winning 2 more. Only 9 points. I do hear you, Travis. I do hear you. But I do. That's the perspective I always try to inject with people is that, and I know some, because here's my thing. I know many of you will say, well, we should have beat Kentucky. We were close to beating Kentucky. I'd argue you were lucky you didn't get blown out. I mean, guys, you won the turnover battle 3-0 and still lost on your home field. Imagine if the turnover battle 0-0, right? I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away, but that's just the reality of it. What were the other close losses? I mean, you lost who? Oh, shoot. I mean, Tennessee was a blowout. A&M was a blowout. Georgia was a blowout. Clemson was a blowout. What were the other ones? Mizzou, very close. That was a stupid game. Pitiful game. Mizzou, and then who was the other one? Who was the other loss? Mizzou, and then who else? Another SEC game. Who am I forgetting here? Oh, Kentucky. Duh, Kentucky. Anyways, okay. But you factor in, guys, you probably should have lost to East Carolina. You beat Troy by 9, and you should have lost. Dude, Zeb Noland is the hero of the 2022 season. I mean, and it's not even close. Would you disagree? It's not even close. He's the hero of the season. I mean, if there's no Zeb Noland, dude, we're not even close to a bowl game. I mean, we're not even remotely close, in my opinion, to a bowl game. So, by the way, guys, something that I've thought about doing, I think would be a lot of fun. And like I said, going from 5 podcasts a week to 3, going to give us more time to do more content. My guy, SG1 Sports, that does these rosters for NCAA football, he's dropped a historic roster. And the historic roster that he dropped, get this, historic roster he dropped was 2015. Connor Mitch, Perry Orth, Sean Carson, freshman Debo. I kind of want to go back and play it. Be like, you know what? Here's how the 2015 season should have gone. You know? I don't know. I do. I miss the NCAA content. That content is so fun. So fun. I miss it greatly. So might have to bring that back. Might have to bring that back sooner rather than later. Old Tuck Ripper, the first Daily Crow. My guy Tuck on the line in the comments. What's up, Ripper? We got our group chat going right now, and of course the Vandy fan, who I'm sure he knows exactly what he's talking about. The folks that want to say that Rattler's going to be a bust. I mean, I'll tell you this. You know what? Maybe he will. I don't know. I don't think he will. Maybe he will. But I tell you this. I mean, you can't blame a Gamecock fan for being excited because, bro, we did what we did last year with Jason Brown of St. Francis and Zeb Noland, who was a coach. So don't blame Gamecock fans for being excited for actually having a quarterback taking snaps and starting games that, I don't know, was actually like a highly rated recruit who actually has a future playing the game of football. Don't blame us, right, for being hype. That's all I'm saying. I feels good to know we got a quarterback that has that type of potential and isn't just a guy that we picked up off the side of the road. That's how it felt. I mean, Ghoul Team 6. Yes. Ghoul Team 6, indeed. Yeah, by the way, Tuck, I guess you might have missed this early in the show. I don't know if you saw this on social media, but 5 years ago today, episode 1 of TSUS dropped. Episode 1, my guy. Travis Orwell, whatever happened to Connor Mitch? He had a bruised tip after the UNC game, then transferred out Old Dominion, James Madison. What could have been? Nah, Travis, Connor Mitch sucked. That's what happened. Connor Mitch sucked. He got hurt in that Kentucky game. Remember that Perry Orth came in. But Connor Mitch was trash. Connor Mitch sucked, for sure. Yeah, he was a bust. Chris Martin says, I hope that Birch goes off this year. Yeah, me too. We need him. Travis Well, he was 4-star. Yeah, Connor Mitch was 4-star. Yeah, he was a guy that he was a guy that very highly rated. Tucker Hamilton says, I don't think Hooker is that good. I think he flourishes in their offense. I think that's another thing. I think he flourishes in that offense they have. So, indeed. Guys, again, quick reminder, if you have not done so, check out the podcast. It dropped this morning, episode 630. Full breakdown of this weekend series against the Missouri Tigers. Full breakdown of that series, like I said. Of course, podcast and Daily Crow dropping tomorrow. And in case you missed it, guys, earlier in the show, starting next week, going from 5 podcasts per week to 3 podcasts per week. So if you have any questions, let me know. But that's going to be standard operating procedure moving forward. And I think really just for the rest of the history of this show, unless something changes. But no, I think 3 podcasts a week, that's going to be the way that we're going to go. So 5 to 3, Daily Crow will continue to be every single day, Monday through Friday, noon to 2, exactly the way you know it. But, podcast will go from 5 shows per week to 3 shows per week starting next week. Guys, we are going to jump into a quick break, but I want to continue to hear from you. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. All right, guys, we're back. Taking your questions, comments, calls. 843-790-3377. Excuse me. 843-790-3377. Daddy O says, wide receiver depth being Debo, Alshon, Sharp, Ricey. I mean, I guess if you had an all legends team, I guess that would be really cool. But yeah, so no calls yet. We've made it an hour and 20 minutes with no calls. How about that? A little bit of a slow day. The rain keeping people away. Rainy day. Everybody's napping today, hanging out napping. Let's see. Connor Lee says, who's better, Lorenzo Nunez, Connor Mitch, or Brandon Mcelwain? Great question. I mean, none of them had great careers here, obviously. I thought McElwain was a guy that could have been solid. I guess you got to probably say Nunez. Oh, that's right. Phil did call in. Yeah, he called in so early, Brian. It's been I had forgotten. My bad, Phil. My bad, Phil. My bad. Tyrell Campbell says, I believe Nunez was the best of three. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I'd probably agree. Listen, some guys pan out and some don't. Some guys pan out, some don't. Anyways, guys, want to hear from you. Gamecocks men's tennis is home as well, by the way. Of course, South Carolina baseball on the road. And guys, in case you missed the show earlier, a lot of exciting stuff happening behind the scenes. Travis Arell, if Nunez became a tight end, I did not know that. Tyrell Campbell Sr., McElwain just got called at the AAA Farm Club for the Mets. Really? Wow. I did not know that. Damn. That's impressive. I did not know that. I did not know that at all. Anyways, huge series upcoming this weekend, though. Who knows, man? Is it Jekyll or is it Hyde? You know? Is it Jekyll or is it Hyde? Which Carolina baseball team shows up? At this point, I have no idea. None. We've shown we can beat a Vandy. We can beat a Texas. But somehow we're also able to lose to a Xavier, Citadel, and Presbyterian. So I don't know. And again, I just think it's a huge weekend for you've got a South Carolina team that you feel like has potential, but has been inconsistent. And then Mizzou, again, they're 1-5 in conference, but you look at who they've played and how the games have gone, and maybe Mizzou's maybe Mizzou's a dangerous team. Gamecock football just put up a happy birthday Shane Beamer post. Yeah, it looks like they looks like they did a little celebration today in the building. Old Beamer's birthday. Is there a more popular man in South Carolina right now than Shane Beamer? I don't think there is. I really don't. I really don't think there is. Happy B-Day to the Shane train. Speaking of brackets, by the way, Connor Lee, we have made it. TSUS has made it to the Final Four in that whatever bracket, whatever. So be sure to vote for us. I'm sure that they'll run it starting tomorrow, whatever we're taking on. It's bad. We're taking on my guy, Kirk Hollingsworth. But damn it, we've made it to the Final Four. I want to win the damn thing. Sorry, Kirk. Sorry about it. Got to take you down. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see what Gamecock Twitter decides my fate is. But, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Anybody in here going to the spring game? Anybody going to the spring game? I know I'll be there. We will be there for show. Going to be a good time. Are y'all planning on going to the spring game? My plan is to be at baseball at 1 o'clock for that game and then spring game that night. Bad Brad said his flight is booked. Bad Brad, that's impressive. Like, to be flying in for the spring game, that is impressive, my friend. I mean, you're a fan, my guy. You ain't this. There's nothing about this for you that's casual, my guy. You are a fan. I respect the heck out of that. I love that. How about tomorrow being old April Fool's Day? Oh, Bad Brad going to be there for the week? I'm going to be at the Tin Roof. Why not? Let's do it, babe. That'll be a fun one. That'll be a really fun one. Jason Derrick will be on a cruise, but wanted to be there. Hey, enjoy yourself, my guy. Yeah, nighttime spring game's going to be crazy for sure. Scott Stamey going to come down. Bad Brad going to do baseball also. Going to be a good time. Going to be a fun week. Anybody, I'll ask you this. Shameless plug for these guys, and I appreciate them. Anybody going to the Gamecock Bourbon event on Friday? Anybody stopping by that? Is anybody stopping by that? I was actually planning on popping in and dropping off some stickers, and I've got some merch to give those guys. And I know Garcia will be there. Probably just pop in, say what's up, and then head over to Founders Park. Is anybody going to that? I know you had to buy tickets or whatever, so just wondering if anybody's going to that. Let's see. Travis Allen, Chris, we need some koozies with the logo of Spurs on them. Like the Spurs Up Show logo, or like a koozie with Spurs, a logo of like Spurs, drawn Spurs. How about this for the gamers out there? MLB The Show 22 drops tonight, I think, right? Yeah, drops tonight. Damn, nice. For $100, you can get it for the deluxe edition, whatever. Rebecca says, I don't do April Fool's Day bullshit. I hear you, Rebecca. I hear you. I hear you. You know, I've had ideas for April Fool's Day in the past, but I'm like, dude, our fan base is tormented enough. Is it not? Is our fan base not tormented enough? Like, do we really need more reason to get worked up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what I might do though, you know what? I might drop one tomorrow. Breaking news: Ray Tanner has been relieved of his duties as AD. They're like, nah, I'm just kidding. He hadn't. That would really mess with people. I mean, that would, and because we're to a point, right? I mean, obviously, TSUS is at the point where if I say it, people are going to believe it. People are going to believe it. So I think it's got to be something a little bit more absurd than that, where it's like, okay, that's probably an April Fool's joke. If it's that believable, it'll be it. You know, I think people will take it away. And then it's like trying to explain it off as April Fool's. It's like, you know, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what would be a good one. Hunter Herlong, Jody Wright is a giddy son of a gun, isn't he? He's a giddy dude, man. Jody Wright is a jolly good fellow. That's what I like to say about Jody Wright. He's a jolly good fellow. He is a jolly good fellow indeed. He is a jolly good fellow indeed. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. A little bit of a rainy day here in the city. Actually, a lot of a rainy day. By the way, guys, in case you did not know, I know we did it last year. We will not be doing the watch-alongs this year for baseball. We will not be doing the live stream watch-along. So if you're wondering, that is not going to be a thing this year. Again, guys, it's just overkill. It really is. To a degree, it's just overkill. It's just, you know what I mean? So I'll be covering the game. You can follow along on social media. Of course, I'll be live tweeting my thoughts like I always do, but no live shows, watch along, or anything like that. JB, is the Ray hate misguided? It really seems like he's swung for the fences with each of his hires. He just didn't land his first choice, with perhaps Holbrook being the one exception. Jay, I'm not saying Ray Tanner's done a good job as an AD. Listen, the Muschamp debacle alone, that should have probably gotten him relieved of his duties. But it is just comical though when like a batter will strike out and it's like fire Ray Tanner. It's like, what did he do? He's not coaching the team. Like, it's just become a thing now where people just blame Ray Tanner. No matter what. When in doubt, blame Ray Tanner. South going to lose the game? Blame Ray Tanner. Have a bad day at work? Blame Ray Tanner. Get in a fight with your girlfriend? Blame Ray Tanner. Stub your toe on the nightstand? Blame Ray Tanner. Get a parking ticket? Just blame Ray Tanner. Just blame Ray Tanner for everything. That's what it's turned into. Just blame Ray Tanner. When in doubt, blame Tanner. I mean, we're sitting there at the baseball game. Pitcher throws the ball. Fire Tanner. Just fire Tanner and take Kingston with you. I get it. We're passionate. I understand it, bro. I get we're passionate. But like sometimes it's like, bro, just watch a game. Just watch a game and not let it ruin your night. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start blaming Ray Tanner for everything. Just blame Ray for everything. I asked for a 6-piece, not a 4-piece. Fucking Ray Tanner. Like, I mean, come on. That's the point it's gotten to. Again, I challenge Gamecock Twitter. Can we go one day without tweeting about Ray Tanner? The answer was a resounding no. No. Because Gamecock fans, hey, something bad goes down. Hey, it's raining outside. Fire Tanner. It's his fault. It's Ray Tanner's fault. Everything is Ray Tanner's fault. Just absurd, bro. Yeah, next time you get in a fight with your girlfriend or boyfriend, it's all Tanner's fault. Gas prices over $4. Ray Tanner, man. Freaking Ray Tanner. If Ray Tanner wasn't the AD, when in doubt, blame Ray Tanner. I mean, that's the mantra I think a lot of our fans take. I get it. He's not a great AD. He's not a good AD. But Jesus Christ. Jeff Gullich says, per sources, I didn't win the lottery because of Ray Tanner. Yeah, I mean, listen, everything in life, everything, just blame Ray. Just blame Ray Tanner. That's it. Anyways, questions, comments, calls. Hey, if you want to call in and vent about Ray Tanner, you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to. Why not? Dude, all I know is this. This is random. I'm hungry. Like, I don't know what I'm going to eat, but I'm very, very, very hungry. That is a fact. That, my friends, is a fact. Fact of the day for you. Fact of the day. Slow day today. Slow day. A little bit of a slow day. Football team did practice this morning. Football team did practice. Again, final day of March here. Final day of March. Let's see. Jimmy Lindsay updating Rick Sandage. Say he's coming along, knocking the rust off from missing last season. Missed some time this week, but looked good in drills last week. So again, apparently Rick Sandage is practicing. I know many of you have asked about his status. So sounds like Rick Sandage is actually practicing. Sounds like he's back. Sounds like he's back. Love to hear it. Brian, all good, my guy. All good, Brian. Guys, we are going to jump into our final break. Be sure to check out the podcast that dropped this morning, episode 630, full breakdown of this weekend series in Como, in Missouri. You can check out that, like I said. Also, of course, podcast, Daily Crow Rolling Week. In case you missed it, this is the final week of 5 podcasts in a week. Next week, starting next week, we will go to 3 shows. Starting next week, go to 3 shows. 3 podcasts, 5 Daily Crow, 3 podcasts, all the content you know and love. So, all the content you know and love. Travis says, let's call it like it is. This D-line has been underachieving. You look at the run numbers, I'd have to agree with you to a degree. Guys, again, one final break. I want to continue to hear from you, though. More of your questions, comments, calls, and more on the other side. You're tuned in to the Daily Crow. Interesting. All right, guys, we're back. I have no clue what happened. My laptop just like restarted. So I guess we didn't miss anything. Thank God the recording didn't stop. Okay, yeah, I guess we're good. I don't know, dude. The freaking laptop just literally restarted on its own. I have no idea what happened. But either way, here we are. Okay, no big deal. 843-790-3377. Some of you guys, that's 843-790-3377. Rebecca, you're more than welcome to call in if you so choose. You're more than welcome. Yeah, that was so weird. I'm glad it didn't affect the live or anything. I guess. I guess it's official. Will Sanders will start on Saturday. That just makes no sense to me. It just makes absolutely no sense. So, whatever. It is what it is. Either way, guys, a little bit less than 15 minutes to go here on this Thursday, March the 31st, the final day in the month of March, by the way. Final day in the month of March. We got a very exciting April, though, man. I was talking about it yesterday. You think of, we got Masters Week, which I know Phil is very excited about. We've got Masters Week. We've got MLB opening day. And heck, both those things happen next week. Masters Week, MLB opening day. We got national championship for college basketball, men's and women's. We've got college baseball continuing. We've got the spring game. Lots going on in April, man. It's just, and April, I feel like April's the month where spring really kicks into gear, right? That's when it really becomes real. Like, all right, it starts really warming up again. So, yeah. I tell you guys again, I don't. South Carolina's not starting Will Sanders game one. I can't comprehend it. So, I truly cannot comprehend it. Anyways, whatever. I'm not the coach. I'm not paid to make the decisions, but I just do not get. Eric Reese, what are your top 3 restaurants in the city? Great question, Eric. You know, I don't go out to eat a ton, man. I'm a big eat-at-home guy. If I had to pick, though, top 3 restaurants in the city. I'll go ahead and tell you, Hall's Chop House is not on my top 3. No disrespect to Halls. I don't go to Halls. I mean, sorry, paying $100 for a steak isn't quite in the business budget. You know what I mean? Anyways, I don't go out to eat a ton, man. Like, I like Tsunami, Palmetto Pig. I feel like these sound like such basic answers, but I'm trying to think. Ritter went to AEW. Let's take knowledge. Let's acknowledge that Ritter went to AEW. Good job, Ritter. No, Jeff Gullidge. The spring game will be on SEC Network Plus. SEC Network Plus. So not on the big channel. The only spring game on the big channel will be Georgia's. Yeah, JB, I can honestly say I've never been to any of those 3 places you mentioned. Never been to any of the 3. Villatronco, of course. Villatronco. Love some Rockaways, right?
Call from
Rebecca.
Rebecca, what's going on? How are you?
Good. I just woke up not too long ago.
Gotcha.
So what's going on?
Just been hanging out. Doing the thing, so.
All right.
How you been?
I still ain't got my sweet tea.
Go get you sweet tea.
I'm out.
Yeah, you got to get your sweet tea.
still out, I'm going to go after a while to the store and go get me some.
Go get you some sweet tea now. Got to have it. It's a staple.
I got to. If I don't, I'll go stir crazy. Anyway, any exciting news or anything?
I mean, nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. Nothing out of the ordinary. But great day to have a day as always, Rebecca. Truly a great day to have a day. So just just hanging out. So
Right.
Trying to positively impact the young whippersnappers of the world. So just trying to do it one day at a time. Stack good days on good days.
Right. I got a good one for Ray Tanner.
What you got?
I didn't go to church because of Ray Tanner.
Really? Wow.
I thought that was funny.
That's a good one. I like that.
You know what I'm saying? I thought I'd just put that in.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's hilarious.
I had to put that in there just for the fun of it.
I love it. Ray Tanner, I'm sure there's a lot of fans that would say Ray Tanner can kiss their ass. There's a lot of them out there. A lot of them out there.
I say so. I don't know the guy personally, but if people want to tell him kiss their ass, and kisses, well, you know what I mean. Tell Ray Tanner to kiss my ass or something. Go right ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So, Rebecca, you normally wake up at 1 o'clock? Is that like your daily schedule?
I normally wake up around. I've been keeping the alarm to wake up at 12 for the call. I mean, for the show.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So, that's the reason why. Somebody just gave you $49.
I saw that. Yeah, William Miller's a legend. William Miller's a legend. Unreal. It's big time. It's big time. Yeah, shout out William Miller with the super chat. With the super chat, man. I appreciate that for real, for real. That's love. That's love for sure. That's love. So.
And I take up on him.
Rebecca says, spread the love this way.
Spread it. William, add me on Facebook. I'll take some.
Oh, God.
Seriously.
No, I appreciate it.
That would be nice.
Yeah. No, yes. Yeah. You and Robbie started a podcast. Y'all start getting that stuff like that.
Hey, that would be nice.
That would.
William Miller.
You looking
I
him
had to
up?
say
You
it.
looking him up?
No, I just had
Oh,
to
okay.
see his name.
Okay. Just checking.
I'm going to tell him he's more than welcome to add me on Facebook. Anybody out there want to add me on Facebook is Rebecca Dean Standards.
Indeed.
There you go.
Yeah, William Miller, appreciate it, my man. Business owners supporting business owners, man. That's for real. That's real love right there, for real. Anything I can do to help, yeah, no doubt. It's incredible.
Let's see, somebody said.
So Rebecca, what's in your plans today?
Well, I got
What's a day in the life of Rebecca like?
Mostly, dealing with, you wake up,
Mm-hmm.
you thank God for another day.
Good place to start. Good place to start.
And enjoy yourself,
Enjoy yourself. Okay. Yeah. I can get down with that. I can get down with that, indeed.
I'm a big Dolly Parton fan, so if I was in one of my moods, I'll probably play some Dolly Parton music just to, make me feel better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Dolly Parton. Okay.
Big on Dolly Parton.
Big Dolly Parton fan. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. I think the last time I listened to Dolly Parton was never. Yeah, I don't think I've ever tuned into Dolly Parton ever. So you have to educate me on that. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Yeah, somebody just asked when does the sweet tea come into play? Yeah, where the sweet tea, the orange crush? When's that?
The sweet tea comes when I wake up first thing in the morning.
Okay.
Or whenever.
Okay. Gotcha.
I got my favorite special cup that my great uncle gave me that has it's got South Carolina Gamecocks on it.
Mm-hmm.
That you remember me telling you about him?
Yes.
That's the one that had brain cancer that passed away from. One year he gave me this cup that he had at his lake house, and it had South Carolina Gamecocks on it, and he gave it to me, and it's been very special to me. I use that cup to drink sweet tea every morning, just about every morning, or when I wake up.
Well, there you go.
That's one special cup.
That's one special cup.
I'll never will get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
About the only thing I got of my uncles, really. They don't hold much sweet tea, but it's worth it to drink out of that cup because it was special to me. He gave it to me.
Indeed. Love that. Oh, whoops. Gosh, I just hung up on Rebecca on accident. Rebecca, I apologize. My phone, I was trying to cut my phone on. God. And it literally cut on and boop, just hit right on the end button. Rebecca, I apologize for that. We've hit 2 o'clock anyways, but Rebecca, I do apologize. Love the story. Very touching. Thank you. No, I really didn't mean to do that. All right, cool. Hey, yeah, also, William Miller, dog, thank you. Shout out. Appreciate the love, my dude. Appreciate the love. Big ups to you, my guy. Business owners, supporting business owners. Dude, can't say enough, bro. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. Hey, we have hit 2 o'clock. Appreciate you all tuning in. Episode 630. Check it out. Drop this morning. Content bleeding out the eyeballs, of course. Podcast, Daily Crow, all throughout the week. You all know the drill. Hey, appreciate you all tuning in. Y'all have a great rest of your Thursday. Stay dry out there, and we will talk to you tomorrow.